great to have my next guest back here on the program. Even better that we're talking about a UFC fight. He's going to be taking on Journey Newson, UFC 274, May 7th. It is Fernie Garcia back here on the program. Fernie, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Doing great.
Good to hear.
25 days away now, so feeling great, man.
How did the run go this morning? Yeah, I'm getting you post-run right now, which is fine by me because I can't smell you, so it's all good.
Good, man. Good. Pretty routine, 4 or 5 miles every morning. Everything's going great. So just super excited to get these last 3 weeks in.
Are you running outside or are you running in the gym? Because I imagine with the heat down in Texas, it's probably better to run in the morning, right?
Yeah. I usually do outside, but since today's kind of really hot, I did it on the treadmill today.
There you go. Meanwhile,
I get really sunburned. I get really dark. It's a mess.
Fair enough. When did you find out about this fight? It seemed like you got a full camp.
Yeah, I got like 9 weeks camp. I found out about 4 or 5 weeks ago, so I was able to do a complete 9 weeks camp. I mean, I had been in camp for a while now. I just finished helping Miles Johnson for his camp, Steven Peterson for his camp. Macy was supposed to fight a couple months ago. So I'm really involved with everybody's camp. So I stay in shape, ready to go.
Good, man. That's awesome. And right amount of time off in between fights, or were you hoping to get in there a little bit sooner? I guess with the teammates, you probably wanted to have this much time off, right?
And I was staying ready. I thought they were going to call me for a short notice fight or something in February, March. I thought before April for sure, but once, they hit me with May 7th in a big card, I was happy.
Journey Newson. How do you feel like you match up against him here? 9-3 record. Obviously, I wouldn't say he's a vet. He's kind of an up-and-comer as well. But how do you look at this fight from a style perspective?
I feel really confident against anybody in the division right now. I feel like my style of fighting right now, I can be a threat to anybody in the division, especially, standing up. Have also, a wrestling background. I can stop a lot of takedowns. I'm a good wrestler. I have good jiu-jitsu. And my forward pressure, keeping my jab in front of everybody's face will give a lot of people trouble. But yeah, Newson is, I guess people keep saying he's on a 2-fight losing streak, but he actually won one of those fights, which got overturned, and it was a loss. But that was a huge knockout he had. So he has 3 fights in the UFC. He has a lot of cage time in there, and that fight that nobody really talks about, he knocked out Pilarde, which is he's really good. And he knocked him out cold with a big right hand. And that right hand he has is I got to be very careful with it because it's a big one, and he puts people to sleep with that right hand.
Yeah, it was 38 seconds he got that knockout win, so you're right. I can't sort of sneeze at that at all. One thing I did want to ask you, though, we haven't seen him in a while. I think his last fight was September of 2020. Do you believe in cage rust, ring rust, whatever you want to call it? Do you think that'll be a factor in the fight?
No, I don't. I know he's a black belt. I know jiu-jitsu guys train 2-3 times a day, just jiu-jitsu, grappling, all that. So I don't think you really, lose you in that sense. I think he's probably a better grappler since 2 years because, when you don't train MMA, you get to focus on your grappling, stuff like that. I feel like he has a natural right hand that doesn't need a lot of training to get it going. So I don't really believe in all that. I'm not, I'm taking this fight as he fought a couple of months ago. I'm training for the best version of Journey Newson out there. And I still believe he can go on a really good run in this division. He has a really good background in jiu-jitsu and a big right hand, and that can also as well be a threat to anybody in the division.
You mentioned some of the training partners you were helping get ready for their fights. Miles, Steven Peterson. We also had Damon Jackson compete recently. Who have you been working with now? Who's in the gym? Who's been pushing you ahead of this fight?
Same thing. Miles. I believe Miles is a way better version than Journey Newson. Damon Jackson. He's like a big brother to me. We stay very close, and I train with him 3 or 4 times a week, just wrestling, nothing but wrestling and grappling. So yeah, I'd say Damon Jackson and Miles Johnson. I've been focusing with him on this camp.
Looked like Damon had a good trip after the fight. I was interviewing him after the fight when he was in, I think, Cabo or somewhere down south. He was literally sitting. It looked like he was at a mansion or something. It was so cool.
Yeah, he likes to go on those couple of trips after his fights. He deserves it. He works so hard. He's one of the hardest working fighters I know, and he deserves that week off.
How much of, you sort of touched on it there, but how much of a mentor has he been? Because Damon hasn't had an easy track. He had the first UFC stint, and it took him forever to get back. He had the whole disaster with PFL and all these different things. And then now he is in the UFC getting these big wins. How inspiring is that to see what he's gone through and where he is now?
He's a huge mentor for me. When I was I mean, I got to 40s when I was 1-0. I went into, a big run until I was 5-0. I thought I was invincible, and then I lost. When I lost, I was really weirded out. I didn't think nobody could beat me. And after his loss, that's when he kind of took me in. He took me in as a little brother, as a prodigy, and I've been working with him ever since my loss 3 years ago. I've been working with him 3, 4 times a week, and he changed my entire game. He literally night and day. He changed my fight style, and he improved my wrestling, and he just made me such a better fighter ever since my loss. So I really thank him for that.
Shout out to Damon Jackson. How's the weight cut going? We got a little bit of time here. I know you always make weight, but how's all that going?
Great. I don't even worry about it. I always stay ready. I don't, I stay at 55. I don't get too crazy. And weight cuts, it's so automatic for me. I don't even think about it. Everything's I just go on autopilot and my body gets it done. I never even had trouble making weight, so I'm very confident. We'll have no surprises there.
Okay. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight? Coach Safe, I imagine, or who's going to be in the cage?
Yeah, we'll have Coach Safe. We'll have Miles Johns. Steven Peterson and Damon Jackson, I believe.
Nice. There we go. And how do you envision the fight playing out? I know you feel like you're going to win, but how do you see it playing out?
You know what? I don't know how it's going to finish. I know in between, I'm going to get in his face, pump my jab out there in his face like I always do, overwhelm him with pressure. And then, wait for him to make a mistake and make him pay. That's what I've been doing my last 3, 4 fights, and it's been working with me. I just stay on their face with that jab in their face, and they eventually, get tired or get frustrated and end a mistake, and I like to make them pay after they make a mistake.
Not sure if you caught it this past weekend, but I got to ask, as a fellow bantamweight, what did you think of Aljamain Sterling and Petr Yan? How did you score that? I'm hearing people saying draw. I'm hearing some people saying Petr Yan won. What did you think? Did you happen to see it?
I didn't think it was a robbery. He clearly won rounds 2 and 3, and I thought one of those rounds could have easily been a 10-8. And of course, Yan won 4 and 5, and the first round was, pretty actionless. It was pretty boring round. But the fact that people are saying that Yan should have won that and it was a robbery, I'm like, no way. I think it was the right decision. I honestly do think he deserved the win because he won those rounds more clearly than Yan won his 2. The first round could have gone either way.
I imagine, you get the fight here on the 7th. You want to fight a couple times this year? Would 3 fights sort of be ideal for you, or what are you looking at?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get a quick comeback fight, hopefully June, July, before August for sure, and then at the end of the year. I mean, not that I'm looking past Journey, of course. He's a very dangerous guy. But, yeah, 3 times this year will be ideal.
Cool. Like it. And downtime, what's that looking like? When you're not running in the morning, what else are you doing? You watching any Netflix, or what have you been up to when you get that little bit of free time?
Just resting. Nothing. I get really antsy during fight camps, and I just always want to be doing something. Even on rest days, I'm at the gym, kind of calmly hitting the bag, the boxing bag, the speed bag, stretching. So, I'll throw in some Netflix, some, Friday Night Lights at the end of the day before falling asleep. But, other than that, it's just I'm always at the gym. Even though I'm not training, I'm there, just stretching, hitting the bag lightly, stuff like that. So, I know it's a little cliche, but I honestly do live at the gym.
And making time for interviews, Fernie. Always appreciate the time, man. We're looking forward to it. UFC 274, May 7th. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Of course, all my teammates, all my Fortis guys, Miles John's been pushing me a lot this camp. Damon Jackson, Steven Peterson's been he's like my brother also. Coach Safe, of course, took me in at 1-0 and raced me all the way to the UFC. So just my team, Fortis, they know who they are. So just them.